Hello, Psych 150. This is our week 5 video, February the 5th through February the 11th. This week we are having our first chapter exam of the semester. We're going to talk a little bit about the exam, and also the only other thing you have due this week is your second Flipgrid video. Here's the study guide for this exam that I posted last week as well. Remember, the study guide is just a very rough outline of the things that you need to concentrate your efforts on in order to study for the exam. You should study your notes from audio PowerPoints, the handouts, videos, and your textbook as well. But remember, as I said before, all of the questions come from my audio PowerPoints. Here is your second written project topic flip grid for the semester. All you're going to do on this one is remind us of your name and let us know what you chose for your written project, the topic that you chose, and why you chose it. This one I don't have any requirements for commenting on anybody else's video because really we're just talking about what we chose. So if you are more than welcome to do that, I just ask that you keep it kind and respectful, but you don't have any requirements for commenting on anyone else's video. It's always interesting to go back though and look and see what other people are choosing to do. Here is the exam. Now, all of the instructions for the exams throughout the semester will be the same, so please make sure that you're taking the time to read the directions. As I said before, this exam covers the audio PowerPoint lectures, videos, and handouts from chapters 1, 2, and 4. On this exam, there are 50 questions. It's a combination, mostly multiple choice, but there are some fill-in-the-blank, matching, ordering, and true-false questions. In the fill-in-the-blank, Blackboard is very sensitive to spelling, so make sure you're being careful to spell words correctly. There's one extra credit question for 1 point, and you will have 55 minutes, to complete the exam. This is plenty of time. I've been teaching for a long time to take this exam. If you've studied, if you're the kind of person that's going to try to cheat and look things up and treat the exam like a research project where you're looking things up on the internet, you are not going to have enough time. This should be a closed book test. You should not be using notes or your textbook for the exam at all. You'll be given one question at a time, and you have to select next to continue to go on. I'm going through these because for some of you, I know for a fact it's your very first semester at Wake Tech and maybe one of the first exams that you've taken on Blackboard. So if you have done this before, you absolutely know how to take it, but there are some people who don't, so I wanted to make sure that I go over everything. You cannot backtrack to previous questions, so don't skip anything. Once you answer a question, you only move forward. Again, it's your responsibility to make sure that your computer is fully charged and you have good internet connection, that you are prepared to take this exam. If anything happens with Blackboard, IT will notify me and I will let you all know, so I'll know that ahead of time. If you are on your computer and you are opening other windows, Blackboard will shut down. You can ask people who've had me before. I'm very strict. I'm pretty laid back about a lot of things, but I'm very strict about due dates and about exams. I will not reset the exam for any reason. If something happens accidentally, you go back to the exam as soon as you can because that clock is going to keep running. If a window pops up and asks you if you are sure you want to quit, do not click OK unless you are really finished. Otherwise, you can keep going on the exam. At the end of the allotted time, the exam will submit and you will not be granted an additional time. Not a good idea to take the exam on your phone. I have students all the time who have issues with taking it on the phone. This exam is open the entire week. Now, for the rest of the semester, we will usually have a lecture the same week as an exam. However, because this is the first exam and these chapters are pretty long and there's a lot of information, I didn't want to overwhelm you too much with a lecture as well as an exam. So this week, all you have to do is this exam and that Flipgrid. So you have the entire week to take it. Please do not wait until the last minute to take this exam because you know how the saying goes, if something's bound to happen when you don't need it to, you know it will. Make sure you're giving yourself every opportunity to be successful. It has to be submitted by 11:59. So submitted means you have to be done before 11:59. If you don't start the exam until 11:45, you are not going to have not to have enough time to finish the exam, and Blackboard will count every question that you answer after 11:59 incorrect. So even though it lets you keep answering questions, it will automatically mark everything that you answer after 11:59 wrong. So again, start early, make sure you give yourself plenty of time, and if something should happen, that you have time to deal with it. As I've said before, I answer last emails on Sundays at about 5 p.m. So if you email me after 5 p.m. on Sunday, I will not get that email until Monday morning, and the exam will be closed. Again, if something happens, remember that we do drop the lowest chapter exam at the end of the semester. So if something happens and you can't take this exam, then you're covered with that. However, it's only the first exam of the semester, so you probably shouldn't use up that kind of gimme this early in the semester. But it's set in place so that if there are emergencies or things happen, you don't have to worry about it affecting your grade. So start early, give yourself plenty of time. Again, make sure you go over your audio PowerPoints, read the chapters, watch videos, handouts, and all of your notes. This exam will count as your exam grade as well as your attendance for this week. So if you don't take the exam, not only is it a 0 for the exam, but it's also a 0 in your attendance for the week. Again, the exam closes Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Best of luck on studying. If you have any questions at all, please reach out and let me know. Hope you all have a wonderful week.